Hola mi amigos, welcome back to another Screw Toy action figure review. And today we'll be looking at the Marvel Legends Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Cosmo Build-A-Figure Wave, and the Deluxe Groot. I did find all of these at my local GameStop. I saw that Groot released on GameStop earlier today, so I decided to go check it out in person. And sure enough, the whole wave was on the shelf, including Groot. So I'm happy to have these all here with me so I can review the whole wave with y'all in this video. But yeah, man, all the packaging is the same for every single one of these characters. You get a render of the figure on front, picture on the side of the character from the movie. On the side, you get the diagram that shows what Build-A-Figure pieces come with this figure and the Cosmo Build-A-Figure. And then the accessories in the back, a whole bunch of bullshit down there, a whole bunch of bullshit down there. The Guardians logo on top. And that's, again, for every single one of these figures. So I don't think I really need to go through the whole wave. Groot, similar. He has the promo image of the figure up front, another promo image of the figure on the side, a nice picture of him from the movie right there, some promotional images. On the back, you get the accessories. On top, you get the Guardians logo. On the bottom, you get a whole bunch of bullshit. But enough about these packagings, man. Let's look at these figures, and we'll start off with Adam Warlock. And here we have Adam Warlock. He comes with 0 accessories. The only thing he does come with is the Build-A-Figure pieces to Cosmo, which is the tail and the little helmet. So that's everything that Adam Warlock comes with. And overall, man, I think he's pretty okay. Nothing terrific about this figure. Let's get a close-up look. It does look like the actor. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. William Pooter. I don't remember. Anyways, it does look like him. It is a metallic gold plastic that he's molded in. There's just something slightly off about this face sculpt. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's the lips that made him a little too puckered. I think that's the only thing that's throwing me off about this figure. But he's pretty plain, man. Not a big fan of this Adam Warlock design. The MCU is known to over-design the costumes, and this is just an example of it. He looks like an Eternal. He looks like a whole bunch of other characters we've seen in the MCU. Nothing special, pretty bland. I do like the little skull right there that's in the center. But yeah, you get a lot of line work throughout the figure. The deco's nicely applied as well, so that's not too bad. The legs do look a little bit Iron Man-ish, as you can see right there. I think it's just the gold and red that's kind of giving him that Iron Man look. The cape actually looks pretty nice, though. I do like the pattern that runs throughout the whole cape. It's nicely sculpted. It's a nice, firm, but pliable cape. You know, it's not really thick or really thin. It's just nice. Again, just getting a closer look at him. Face sculpt. You get that translucent looking plastic, that marbleized plastic. You do get some different shades of gold in that hair, so I do like that to give it a little bit more of a contrast and not just a, you know, flat golden looking plastic. So I do like that. The shoulder pads are nice. Again, a lot of nice sculpted detail, but just overly designed in my opinion. Yeah. The back, obviously this comes out of paint on the back, so not much back there. But yeah, man, pretty solid figure. Let's get a quick look at articulation. His head does not move up much. He can look up that much, and it is because of the hair running back into the collar piece. He can look down. Not a great amount either. He can tilt his head a decent amount to the sides. His arms are on ball joints and they move up a decent amount, so he can hit a very nice T-pose. He does have upper bicep swivel, double pinless elbows, and he does have a hinge at the wrist. He does have a diaphragm cut that tilts that much back, but then it gets a little gappy right there, so that's unpleasant to see. He can crunch not much forward, and he can rotate a full 360 if you would like. He does have upper thigh cuts, double jointed knees that are pinless, and he does have a hinge at the foot that hinges just about that much forward, that much back, and he does have an ankle pivot with peg hole at the bottom of his feet. Now getting a quick look at Mantis. She is another figure that is lacking accessories, but she does look nice, man. It does suck that we don't get more accessories. A smiling head sculpt or a, you know, her with her eyes closed concentrating head sculpt would have been nice, and extra hands would have been good, but Unfortunately, we don't get none of that. This is all we get. And the Build-A-Figure piece, which is one of the legs to Cosmo. Not sure which one this one is. It is the... not sure which one that one is. We'll figure it out as we go. But yeah, this Mantis figure is pretty okay as well. Nothing too crazy. I believe this is the exact same head sculpt we saw with the Mantis Build-A-Figure head with... What wave was that? I think it was the Guardians of the Galaxy wave. From the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 movie, I believe is where we got Mantis. And yeah, man, I think the photo printing technology is really nicely applied. It's nice, crisp, and clean. I really love the gradient green in her hair. I think that's like one of the best things that's done on this head sculpt or figure. It's just how that gradient green goes into the to the black hair. And then the suit is nicely done. I do like the suits quite a bit. I'm excited to see him on screen at the movies. And yeah, man, you get some very nice red deco applied throughout the whole body. Doesn't bleed over. Doesn't, the coats aren't applied too thin, so none of that blue seeping through. You get some very nice gold punched in there in the emblem. As you can see, you get some silver on that belt. Then the rest is pretty plain. Get the boots. On the back, you don't get no paint, unfortunately. But yeah, man, I think this is an all brand new body. It's pinless. And I think this figure and Nebula share this body. But yeah, as you can see, very nicely done. Again, let's just get a quick look at that head sculpt again. Yeah, man, that looks good. But yeah, let's get a quick look at the articulation. Her head does not move much up because of that hair. She can look down just the tiniest bit. So that's me kind of pushing it, and it is because of the hair. She gets more wiggling more than pivoting, and it can rotate side to side. She does have ball joints at the shoulders, and she can hit a very nice T-pose. She does have upper bicep swivel, double pinless elbows to bend in a great amount. Actually, that's really good right there. She does have a hinge at the wrist. It hinges up and down. She does have a diaphragm cut, and she can pivot a great amount to the side, a great amount to this side, this much forward, that much back. No waist cut or anything. She does have upper thigh cuts, double pinless knees. She can kick this much forward, then not much back, this much to the sides. And again, she does have double pinless knees. Does she have boot cut? She does have a boot cut, so that is nice. Ankles move that much forward, that much back, and she does have ankle pivot with pegals at the bottom of the feet. And here we have Star-Lord, the only figure of this wave that does not come with a Build-A-Figure piece. And he does come with accessories, but all we get are two blasters. And I'm not sure if he's going to be wearing his helmet in the third movie. I don't see why he wouldn't be. So having a masked helmeted head would have been nice, but this is all we get. I do want to say, though, that this head sculpt is one of the best Chris Pratt head sculpts I've seen to date. I can just turn my lights down just a little bit. You can see it a little bit better. But yeah, man, that head sculpt is, it's amazing. Again, one of the best Chris Pratt head sculpts I've seen. By far, I think that the Marvel Legends team really knocked it out the park with this one, man. It's just very, very nicely done. There's no denying that is Chris Pratt right there. I love the sideburns. I love the facial hair. The eyes are nicely applied. The hair looks good. And then the suit, very similar to Mantis. You get the red and the blue. The very nice logo right there. I think the arms and the legs are reused from previous Star-Lord, so that is a little bit bothersome with the pins right there. So not a big fan of that. But overall, we've seen this figure before, even up to the boots, I believe we've seen. The only thing new on this figure is the upper torso. But everything else, reuse. I do wish, since they do resculpt the new torso and everything, I don't know why they keep giving them an ab crunch. I would really love to see a diaphragm cut right there with a lower ball joint, but For some reason, the Marvel Legend team does not want to go that route. They keep giving us ab crunches and waist swivels, which I think are severely outdated. Everybody, even the G.I. Joe teams, the Power Ranger teams, they're all doing the diaphragm cuts with the lower ball joints or lower ab crunches, but they just refuse to give it to us, man, and I'm not sure why. But pretty solid figure, man. If you're missing a Star-Lord in your collection, this is a good route to go. I really love the blue and the red. I really love that contrast and the iconic Guardian suits. So, yeah, man, overall, pretty solid. Again, just getting a closer look. Get some blacks, some reds. The blasters, I believe, are new. I believe the previous ones were a little bit more chunkier, and they had two barrels. But yeah, pretty solid figure. Now, getting a quick look at his articulation, he does have a ball and hinge, and he can look up that much, which is a great amount. He can look down a good amount, which is that much. He can swivel side to side, and he gets no decent head pivoting there. His arms are on ball joints, and they move out just that much, unfortunately. He does have a really ugly bicep swivel. Looks like it's just cut straight across, so I'm not a big fan of that. He does have double pinned elbows to bend in a great amount. Oop, there goes his hand. Both of his hands do have hinges that hinge up and down. I wish they would have gotten a vertical hinge, but unfortunately they didn't. He does have a ab crunch that goes this much forward, just a little bit back. Waist swivel, upper thigh cuts, double pin knees, and he can he can kick his own ass. He can kick this much to the side, this much forward, which is a great amount. Good amount back. He does have a upper boot cut. Foot hinges this much forward, which is a great amount. That much back, which is a great amount. And he does have ankle pivot with backhoe at the bottom of his foot. Now getting a quick look at Nebula. She is the first figure from this wave that does come with a decent amount of accessories. She did come with one of the legs of Cosmo. Again, not too sure which one it was, but she did come with one of the legs to Cosmo. And then she does come with a blaster that we've seen before. I believe this one was the one that Gamora came with in the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 movie wave. And then she comes with a little blaster, and I'm most definitely sure this is the one that Nebula came with in the last Guardians of the Galaxy wave. And then she does have a heat sword. That's what it looks like, that you can plug into her arm. And I think you just pop off the hand from the wrist and plug that in, and boom, you have Nebula looking all badass with a sword, and you can rotate it whichever way you want. Yeah, that does look dope, man. I like that quite a bit. Popping her hand back in. Wow. Getting a quick look at Nebula. Overall, I like the figure quite a bit. I just have one major issue with this figure, and that is, and I hardly ever say this. I hardly ever say this. I think she has a big ass head, man. I think that head is humongous on that body. And it just looks it just looks a little funny to me. It's not looking too bad on camera, but in person it just looks like she has a big old dome. But yeah, that's thrown me off a bit right there. But overall, I do like the paint. I like the photo printing technology. I think it's nicely done. The silver bits on her head look nice. You can see in the back. Again, this is the exact same body as Mantis, except for the arm. That is a brand new arm, because it is different from the first or the second movie arm. The arm definitely looks different. One thing that I've noticed with Marvel Legends recently is the bicep. The way they've been doing the biceps, it's literally the bicep cuts have just been a straight cut right across. They usually form them to the upper shoulder, and recently I've just been seeing that they just been straight across, and I don't like that. But yeah, same body as we saw with Mantis. As you can see, exact same body. So not much to look here other than her arm. Her hand is it the same? No, it's different from Mantis. And then the legs look nice. Again, getting a look at her sword. I get what they were going for, going like for like a heat blade looking thing, but I don't know. I don't think it was executed that well. Overall, she's pretty good. So if you want a nebula in your collection, this is the way to go. Now getting a quick look at her articulation. Her head is on a ball and hinge, and she can look up a good amount. So that is nice. She can look down a decent amount. She gets more head wiggling than tilting. Her arms are on ball joints, and they both move up an amazing amount. She does have upper bicep swivel, double pinless elbows on both arms. Yep. As you can see, I feel like this arm bends in a lot more than this one though. Yeah, most definitely does. Ooh. Again, she does have a hinge at the wrist. It hinges up and down. And then I think the sword has a vertical hinge, does it? Actually, no, it doesn't have a hinge, so don't try to hinge that. You'll break that. Again, upper diaphragm cut. It can rotate a full 360 if you would like, or it can tilt this much to this side and too much to this side, this much forward, that much back. She does have upper thigh cuts that are really tight. She does have double jointed knees. She can kick this much forward, that much back, this much to the side. Boot cut. Ankles move this much up, this much back, and she does have ankle pivot. Now getting a quick look at Kraglin. He does come with a decent amount of accessories. He comes with the Yondu arrow and I think it's called the Yaka arrow, if I'm not mistaken. And he does come with a little knife that you can sheath on the back. But that is it. And overall, he's an interesting one, man. I'm removing the arrow. Yeah, there's something off about this figure, and I think it's the little pot belly and the thickness of his upper torso compared to his scrawny little legs. He just looks unproportionately not done well. A lot of reviews, I think the arms and the legs are Yondu's legs from the Titus Build-A-Figure wave. The head sculpt is very nice. That's definitely Sean Gunn right there. No denying that. I like the face printing technology done on this face sculpt. I like the fin. It looks good. Some wash in there would have been nice to bring out all those details. The upper torso, again, I believe is, I think this might be the upper torso, but the arms are definitely Yondu's. I do like the zipper that's painted right there. The lower garment underneath that jacket. The stitching right here looks nice. And then again, the legs are Yondu's, and yeah, just way too tiny and skinny for that upper body. On the back, not much going on. He does have some silver bits right there on the, what is that, the left arm. The gloves are nicely done. The boots are nicely done. But just an okay figure overall, man. Really nice to round off the rest of the Guardians. But yeah, let's get a quick look at his articulation. His head is on a dumbbell joint, and he can look up this much. He can look down not much at all. He does get some head pivoting in there, so that is nice. His arms are on ball joints, and they can move up a good amount. You can hit a T-pose. He does have upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. They bend in a great amount, and they are pinned because they also are reused limbs. He does have a hinge at the wrist. He does have an upper diaphragm cut that doesn't move much to the sides. Just a little bit pivoting, not much back, not much forward, so that is useless. He does have a upper thigh cut, double pinned knees, and he does have, actually he does not have a boot cut, but he does have hinges at the feet that move not much forward, way further back, and he does have ankle pivot with pebbles at the bottom of the feet. And the last figure that we'll be looking at this wave is Rocket Raccoon, and yes, this is the last figure we'll be looking at this wave. After opening all these figures up and getting towards the end of the review, I realized I didn't pick up Drax. So we'll be looking at the Cosmo Build-A-Figure and Drax in another review. I'll see if I can go find Drax tomorrow morning. So hopefully I can have that video out for y'all here in the next couple of days. I do apologize. I really wish that I could have gone the whole wave here in one shot. Unfortunately, I didn't realize I didn't pick up Drax. I should have looked at the side of the box. Don't know how I missed that, but anyways, getting a quick look at Rocket. He does come with one single accessory, and that is the Big old gun right here, and I believe we saw this either with the first rocket from the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, the Groot Build-A-Figure, or the second movie, Wave, but I don't remember. I believe I want to say it's the first movie figure that he came with this gun. And it's just a solid piece of plastic, man. Nothing too crazy about it. I wish there were some details in there, but some paint details in there, but unfortunately there's not. But it is pretty cool. Now Rocket, I believe, is all brand new. I do like him quite a bit. Face sculpt is a little bit off. Not sure what it is. He looks more like a bear than he does a raccoon. And I'm not too sure what it is. It's making him look more like a bear. Maybe it's the brown fur. But the suit is similar to Star-Lord's. You get the nice gold emblem, the nice red paint applied. And then you get the blue suit. Get no paint details in that. Actually, you do. You get some silver paint detail in that belt buckle. And then the rest, pretty simple, man. Do like him quite a bit. I believe, again, this is all brand new. Now getting a quick look at his articulation. His head can look up this much, and it can look down not much at all. He does have no head pivoting. His arms are on ball joints, and they move up this much. So that is nice. He does have a single jointed elbow that can bend in just about 90, and it can swivel back and forth. He does have a hinge on his hand that is vertical on his right hand, and he does have a up and down hinge on his right hand, or left hand, I'm sorry. He has a diaphragm cut that pivots a great amount this way, a great amount this way. He can go this much forward, that much back. No waist cut. He does have upper thigh cuts, single jointed knees, and he can kick this much forward, that much back, this much to this side. Again, he does have that knee cut right there. He can swivel, so it kind of works as a boot cut. His feet do hinge this much back, this much forward, and he does have ankle pivot with pebbles at the bottom of his feet. And here is Cosmo, mostly complete. He is just missing that leg that comes with Drax, but we'll get a closer look at him once I have that Drax review up. Again, guys, I'm sorry I don't have that up for you now. I really wish I could have done it all in one shot, but my dumb ass didn't realize I didn't pick up Drax. So, yeah. And here we have the Deluxe Groot with Baby Rocket. And this figure is a big, huge chunk of plastic, man, and I love it. He's pretty great. It is what we saw in the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special. This is what Groot looked like in that special. Big, bulk, and buffy. But yeah, he looks good, man. Just getting a close-up look at his face sculpt. I'm not sure how I feel about it. He kind of looks a little bit like an old grandma. And then moving down to his body, you can see some greens. You can see some darker browns in there. But they're randomly applied throughout the body, so it kind of throws it off a little bit. Makes it look more like fake camo in a way. Like fake camo clothing. I'm not sure how to describe it. No paint in the back. As you know, we know that Hasbro doesn't like to put paint in the back. He does come with this big old chunky wings, man. They're very nice. Out in the packaging, they came unplugged. You just got to peg them into this little backpack port right here. Again, it does have a single peg in the back, so you can plug them in. You can see all the nice roots and the greens in there. Those don't look nice. And again, very easy to port. Just plug it into the back right there. And bam. Getting a look at the back of the wings. Nothing too crazy. He does come with two fists. As you can see here. They do look nice. And then he comes with little Baby Rocket. Closer look at Baby Rocket. And where's regular Rocket? Here he is. Yeah, I think they did a... Oh, I'm gonna put that away. I think they did a good job at... Get out the way. I think they did a good job at matching the paints of the color brown of the Groots. Of the Groots of the Rockets. As you can see there. About the same shade of brown. So, yeah, this is really cute. I believe maybe this will probably be from a flashback from Rocket's life. I think Rocket's going to be the main storyline in the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 movie. As we know, High Evolutionary likes to experiment with animals and make them humanoid. And I think, the High Evolutionary is the one that created Rocket, and he's going to be the one, I guess when they introduce him, they'll kind of give it like a flashback of Rocket being experimented on by the High Evolutionary. So, love the little baby Rocket, but back to the Groot. This thing is, again, big and chunky, man. He's pretty dope. Everywhere you see some good details and nice scope. Yeah, man, pretty dope figure. Now getting a quick look at his articulation. His wings don't hinge or anything. They just are in this static pose. So moving those off. His head is on a ball and hinge. And with that, he can look this much up. Back of his head does run into the back of his neck. He does look a better amount down. No real head pivoting, just tilting. His arms do move up a great amount, as you can see there. And they're nice and smooth, man. I really like those joints right there. Nice and smooth. He does have an upper bicep swivel. Single jointed elbow that bends in just at 90. And you can swivel it there. Hands hinge up and down and rotate a full 360. As well as his fist. Take that arm back down. He does have a mid diaphragm cut. So he can pivot a great amount to this side. A great amount this side. Decent amount forward. And a better amount back. He does have upper thigh cuts. He can kick this much forward. Not much back. Good amount to the side. Single jointed at the knee, and you can swivel it. And he does have a hinge at his foot that hinges this much forward. That much back. And he does have ankle pivot with pegals at the bottom of his feet. And here we have most of the team together. Again, guys, I'm sorry that I didn't pick up Drax. I don't know how I missed it, but yeah, they do look nice together, man. It would have looked a lot better with Drax in the picture, but yeah, I really like the uniforms. I like the cohesive. Again, Cosmo's missing a leg, but here's what they all look together. I don't have too many MCU Marvel Legends to compare them with. I do have a few Mafex and SH Figure Arts. So here we have the Guardians of the Galaxy next to the SH Figure Arts Endgame Hulk, the Mafex Endgame Iron Man. Here we have Star-Lord's best friend, the Mafex Endgame Thor. Here he is next to the Marvel Legends Teen Groot from the Love and Thunder wave. And last but not least, here we have him next to the Marvel Legends Retro Card 20th Anniversary Captain America. And I just wanted to compare these two one last time. I'm not sure how we went from this to this in just a short period of time. But I don't know. I'm kind of going to miss Groot being this tiny. And I don't know. I'm going to miss this type of Groot. This one looks cool, but I kind of grew to like this version of Groot quite a bit. But yeah. And there you have it. A pretty solid wave overall. A few things that I'm not a big fan of. The lack of accessories is a big major thing that kind of puts me off to these MCU figures lately. They've been kind of cheaping out and giving us the bare minimum. I don't know, man. I don't like the reuse of Star-Lord's limbs and the limbs of Kraglin. I don't really mind the reuse of Nebula and Mantis's bodies, but it's just a lot of reuse. And for the price point, man, it's just getting more and more expensive. All of these together came out close to $200, and that's not me having Drax in this wave as well. And back then, this would have cost you $120 for the whole wave. Groot would have been the Build-A-Figure, not a deluxe figure. I don't know, man. It's just, for the price point, I don't really see the worth here. But they are nice figures. They are pretty solid figures. I wouldn't say they're amazing. I wouldn't say they're bad, but they're just pretty good for what they are. If you want a Guardians of the Galaxy, the whole group together on your shelf, this is a good way to go. But it's just a lot of money, man. A lot of money. So again, for the price point at $24.99 a piece, I believe is what they were priced at. Yep, $24.99 a piece. And then Groot was, let me double check, $38.99. I don't see it, man. Again, if you really want these and want the whole group in their matching uniforms, then sure, go for it. But if you have the previous Guardians of the Galaxy, then I would say it's an easy pass, man. But overall, still pretty okay figures. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think, if you'll be picking these up, if it's an easy pass for you. The highlight of this set is definitely Groot, and he's a separate figure from this wave. Again, guys, I'm sorry I didn't pick up Drax. I wish I could have shown you the whole set together, but, you know, shit happens. But overall, man, again, just an okay set. But make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you guys comment down below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Follow me on my Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. The links to all those are in the description down below. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.